All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 772. I'm your host, Cheapy D, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who found Starfield so mediocre he only spent 40 hours playing it, Wombat.
I don't know if I spent 40 hours. It might have been like 38.
Well, I was way off.
I mean...
Fair enough. I stand corrected.
You should feel bad.
We need to have the facts right here at the CAGcast. That's what we're known for.
That's what this is all about.
Anyway, welcome to the show. We got a lot to talk about. Wombat finished Starfield.
I did.
I uninstalled Starfield.
I did not.
Well, maybe you can now.
I could if I want to. We'll get to the reasons why I might later. There might be reasons, and it's not so much about Starfield as it is about other things.
It's racist. The game is racist.
And it's racist. Mm-hmm.
Sexist.
Yes. All the ists.
Todd, no offense, man.
Sorry, Todd.
Mm-hmm.
Notice how it doesn't say that's a good game, man. Because now we disagree. That guy let me down the most, I have to say. Watching that guy who stole the 67 copies of Starfield talk about how awesome the game was before it came out. He's the guy that got me the most fired up for Starfield.
Yeah, but he stole 67 copies, so he clearly had some skin in the game.
How many more did he sell, though?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't put that together, Juan, but of course he's going to hype up the game. What's he going to do? Oh, this game sucks. Don't buy these 67 copies of the game I have. I didn't put that together. I saw it as like this guy who's not even really a gamer is having he's smoking a huge blunt and having a genuine excited reaction to the game, but of course it was just a thief who was trying to move units. So anyway, what's been going on? Anything exciting happening?
It was Yom Kippur on Monday.
That is exciting.
Did you have a good fast?
I had a good slow.
I fasted.
Roasted pork at the Chinese food place.
Nice.
Yep. Rice rolls. Not kosher for Passover, but delicious and available at a low price.
Well, I mean, kosher for Passover on Yom Kippur is so unnecessary.
Because you're not eating anything.
Yeah, that's true too.
No, I don't do that. I don't believe in that.
I probably don't either, yet I still do it. I think it's just part of that indoctrination that's drilled into me over time.
I fought that indoctrination hard.
You did better than I did.
I went upstream to forget about a different religion. I went to like a different continent.
We had a very non-traditional breaking the fast though, because it was just the four of us.
Was it McDonald's hamburgers?
It was not McDonald's, although we did let Sabrina choose, and it wasn't what we had originally planned on because we let Sabrina choose. We wound up going to Chili's to break.
I was close. That was my next guess.
Mm-hmm. That would have been a good second guess.
How were they?
How was the chili con queso in a skillet?
We didn't have that. We did have the chips and salsa, but no chili con queso. I did have a chicken fajita though. That was pretty good.
How are their buttered noodles and French fries?
She had a quesadilla. She eats quesadillas. So
also yellow.
Yes, also yellow. Also, yes, more yellow foods on the short list. Yes.
To Chili's. That's not the theme song. I just realized I didn't know the theme song to Chili's when I started.
That was Chia Pets.
Right. I realized I haven't seen a Chili's commercial in probably 15 years.
I mean, the baby back ribs people, right?
It's the baby back rib song. I want my baby back.
Yeah. You need a new hit song, I think, to get me back there.
I mean, not to knock Chili's down, but in the last year, because honestly, we don't go there as often as we once did because the kids are older and they don't always want to go. Sabrina will go with her friends, but not with us. Right. Like, if we're going to go out to dinner, I would prefer to go to a nicer restaurant.
Who wouldn't?
Exactly.
Only crazy people.
Children.
People who don't know any better. People who don't know any better is the answer.
Children.
That's the definition of children.
Pop into a Chili's if you want. The
definition of children are people who don't know any better. Pretty much.
The fajitas aren't bad. But in the last year, They've
Wait,
changed
are you
their
gonna have
menu.
fajitas at like a Mexican place though, or
Yeah, I'm
at
saying there, but
Chili's?
yes, there are better places to get everything.
Okay.
I'm just saying there are worse. I've had worse fajitas. Is where I'm going with this.
But you've never had better chili con queso in a skillet anywhere else.
That is true. They've changed their menu 4 times in the last year.
Cost cutting.
Yeah. Like they at one point it was twice as big. Now it's half that. At one point they were like they've changed it 4 times. It's very strange. I will say this iteration is better than the last 2 of the menu. But
Now all they have is the con queso in a skillet.
I mean, they expanded the wings menu, the offering on buffalo wings or chicken wings, however you want to describe it, and also their chicken finger is like there's now like 7 options for chicken fingers if you want chicken fingers. Like that's like a whole side of the menu now.
A la cuisine.
That wasn't a thing before. Yeah. Mhm. I'm just saying.
Today's ingredient: chicken fingers.
I would watch the hell out of that episode of Iron Chef. I bet that would be hysterical to watch Miyamoto go, I took a $2 million fish and I sliced it up with some chicken fingers.
Ugh, that sounds horrible.
I know. And yet you would still try it. I would love to have been a judge on that show.
Yep.
That's good show. Good show.
Chip, anything going on over there?
I did not eat it at Chili's.
That's good. That is positive.
I mean, I would. The Chili's is just a little bit too far away for it to
Is
be
that the
even
problem?
a possibility for us. Like,
I feel like there's so many options now. Like, how can you choose Chili's?
well, I mean, my kids, like, our nearby options are like Buffalo Wild Wings, and so that's our Chili's equivalent. Is that my kids are like, oh, let's get BW3s. It's like, all right,
It's basically the same restaurant. They're all the same.
Yeah,
Probably owned by the same company, serviced by the same.
Yeah,
it
food
might
suppliers.
be. I'm trying to think because Buffalo Wild Wings is that same company that also owns Arby's and Subway now. They just bought Subway.
Oh, Shitco? Is that it?
Yes. Raging Diarrhea Incorporated.
Delicious.
isn't that RDI?
Yeah. RDI.
RBI?
No, not RBI. That's a baseball term.
I understand going to these places when you don't have a lot of options, but we have a lot of options. Even you, Ship, must have a lot of options.
No,
you can't blame it on the kids. Don't blame it on the kids. You still have options. There's still so many
100%
options.
actually can.
No,
and
it's
Shipwreck
just
knows why.
Because
And I can explain it to you later.
Because
They're under Inspire. That's who they're under.
Yes, Inspire.
That's who owns Arby's and Buffalo Wild Wings and Sonic and
Baskin Robbins,
Dunkin' and
all the sugar foods.
Yeah, Inspire. That's the name of that crazy company.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know. We went to Kings Island, the Halloween.
Oh, how was that?
Fest that Kings Island has started. It was good. We didn't do the scary part. Like at 7:00 is where it turns over from like friendly Halloween to like they close down the kids area, and then it's on.
Right, so you have to leave by then.
Yeah. It was a Sunday, so we're gonna leave no matter what by then. But like it was a little dicey because we got there, and it was great. It was like I don't know, close to 80 degrees. Like
so Halloweeny.
Yeah, so Halloweeny. But the lines weren't bad because all of the families were in the kids area because they were doing like all the kids activities, and we're like, oh, we can ride all these other rides everywhere. And then like 3 rides in, we're in line for it's a roller coaster called the Bat. It used to be the Top Gun roller coaster before Paramount when bailed out of the company. I guess so Emmeline just looks over the rail and just hurls everywhere.
Oh
yeah, we're only like, I don't know, we're like 3 rides in or something like that. We're like, oh no, she's sick, like we better like go home. And like we were there with like each of them had a friend with them, and we're like, oh, this kind of gonna ruin the whole day. And then we're like, okay, well, she seems like she's okay, like
Right. She had some
let's
bad
go.
sushi, maybe.
Well, what we figured out was that Gretchen's mom had accidentally broken an egg earlier in the week when she was at her house and put it inside a Tupperware container. And then 4 days later, that's what Gretchen fixed in line for breakfast. And so the combination of like somewhere between 3 and 4 roller coasters and a questionable egg. Like,
you mean the egg was broken, like in the container, and then she just put it in a separate Tupperware container to save it instead of just throwing it in the garbage?
Correct.
Okay.
We held on to this egg.
Did you explain to her that eggs are plentiful in these lands?
Yeah. Egg prices have come down significantly in the last year.
Yeah.
Even still, we don't need to be playing press your luck with the eggs. We can just eat something else or buy new eggs.
You know what? You could also, like, if you just cook the egg right when you broke it and save the cooked egg in a Tupperware, that would still last longer than the raw egg saved in a Tupperware. Just saying.
I wasn't going to eat it.
Have to throw it away.
So you didn't go home and you stayed at the park?
We didn't go home. Like,
perfect.
We sat down for a few minutes and she's like, I think I'm feeling better then. And so we went on like the roller coaster that had the most loops on it next to test it out. She was fine.
That's good. There was nothing left in the stomach. It was all clear.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So the day was salvaged. We got to ride a bunch of roller coasters.
No egg on your face.
No.
You explained to your mother-in-law about eggs and how they have a lot of them at the supermarket and we can get them anytime we need them and we don't need to be making decisions like life, decisions like that could affect our health just to save like a quarter.
Yeah, I don't know. I
put Gretchen in charge of that talk.
I don't know what this. Yeah,
that's not your department.
That's not my department. My department is if I see that in the fridge, I throw it out.
Throw it out. Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's my role in this. Is like, let's just go ahead and get rid of this.
Yeah, Wombat, you heard about that sushi place on Long Island that like everybody started projectile vomiting at the restaurant because the sushi was bad, and it was so bad that it didn't even kick in later. Like most of the time when you get food poisoning, I'm just thinking of it was like 12 people projectile vomiting at this place. I think it was in Stony Brook.
Oh, I did not hear about that, but I'm glad.
Oh yeah, it's closed down. I mean, the place is out of business now. Because
that's unfortunate.
The place was called like Kumo something, and there were other
Wasabi Sushi,
and there were some other restaurants that also had a similar name, and their business got affected too, even though they had nothing to do with that restaurant.
That sucks.
I'm going to give everybody the best tip about eating at a sushi place. It's not going to apply to a lot of you because you just don't have many options. But if you're in like the New York area, you're in the city, here's a great tip that could help you pick out an authentic sushi place from, your typical run by some other Asian that's not Japanese sushi place.
Look for the lucky cat.
No. I mean, that's not even it. It's easier than that. There's probably lucky cats in real sushi places, maybe.
Do.
Yeah, in every one of them. That was
But what the fake places do is they'll name the place after like a simple Japanese vocabulary word that like an elementary school student would learn in first grade. Like in this case, the place was called Kumo, which means cloud or something, or like Mizu or like miso or words that it's not somebody's name. If it's a Japanese person's last name, then that's a restaurant that's owned by a Japanese person. If it's basically like naming your restaurant water or salt or ketchup, then that's run by some other ethnicity, and you may be projectile vomiting in the near future.
I feel like my local Japanese place is run by a Japanese.
What's it called?
That's what I was gonna say, but it's called Minami.
That could be a person's name, but no, I don't know. What does it mean?
I have no idea.
Let's see.
I just know that they have the best sushi around.
South, it means.
I mean,
No, but it's also a name. It's a name too. Yeah. So it could be a person's name.
And they just redid the whole place. And now the woman at the front counter, she has a name tag and it's like electronic.
Okay.
And then her name scrolls like it's like something out of Blade Runner. It's very weird.
Yeah. So Minami could be a person's name too.
So
anyway, just a little tip. If you have it to, if you're wondering. But again, it's not going to help. Like, you have no options then.
Ours is called Mint. What does that mean in Japanese?
Oh, that's a person's name.
Oh, that's a person. Good. Where's that then?
Yeah.
Johnny Mint. He's known for his sushi skills around the globe. Oh boy. All right, let's do some show feedback.
Oh my goodness, this took longer than I thought. Idiot Man 09 says,
That's what she said.
I heard one of the last 2 Kmarts in the world is in Long Island. It's not in Long Island, it would be on Long Island, but that's neither here nor there. When is the last time any of you have been to Kmart, and is there a Little Caesars inside of it? I believe that last Kmart on Long Island is gone.
Was that the one in like Jericho?
I think so. I think it's gone.
The last one I went to, I think, was in Guam, if I'm not mistaken.
Really? Not the one in
Japan.
Penn Station?
Well, I was living I think that was long gone, but then I came and I was back. I would never go in there. Yeah, maybe I went in there.
Back. It was back when you were back.
Yeah. I probably went to the bathroom there or killed time there.
I killed many times, many a time, many a minute in that. Some mornings when I just didn't want to go in, I would kill some time in that Kmart.
And they did not have a Little Caesars.
No, it did not. It had a decent, it had some decent, amount of stuff in there. It was a large.
Did it have a Kmart cafe?
No, it had.
No, there was nothing decent about it. I was wondering where you were going, but you said it was a decent size. So yes, I would agree with that. But beyond that, there's nothing.
Although there was one time, do you remember? I don't know. Well, you take the Long Island Railroad probably more often than I do now. The newer trains, when they first came out, they had these rubberized armrests, and they had to replace them all because basically, if you rubbed against it the wrong way, like scooting out of the train, your pants would get caught just on the rubberization,
right?
And it was tearing people's pants.
You mean like the friction was so intense
that it would catch on almost like Velcro
That's funny.
and tear pants.
I bet it sounds very durable though.
That happened to me once.
Uh-oh.
So I'm like, I don't have time to figure out what pants to get. And I went to the Kmart in Penn Station and I bought a new pair of pants in Kmart for like $15.
And you just tried them on in the store and wore them out?
I didn't even do that. I just like.
They don't have a changing room, I don't think.
No, I'm like, these should
too
fit.
dangerous.
Yeah. And that was it. And that's my Kmart story is the time I ripped my pants on the train and I had to get new pants at the Kmart pants.
Yeah. They didn't even have a bathroom there. Forget about changing room.
No. There's a bathroom in Penn Station. Many. I'm not saying you should use the bathroom in Penn Station. I'm saying
it might be nice. Might be nice now. I don't know if they fixed it.
I mean,
anyway, let's do some more topics.
Sure. Lorax has to say, I could be wrong, but given that it's been so long since I started listening, but if I recall correctly, this is the longest Wombat has stuck to an exercise routine. Congrats, Wombat. Keep it up. I enjoy your OTF updates. I am still going.
Answer his question. Is it the longest you've stuck to an exercise routine?
I don't think so. No, because I mean, are we counting high school and college? Because I did. I did a lot of exercise, and probably from junior year of high school through my senior year of college, I did aerobics like for about 30 to 60 minutes a day.
Like what kind of aerobics?
I had because you'll laugh at me, but I weighed 140 pounds then, so you can laugh all you want. But I had an aerobics tape that my mother gave me. She said, you'll lose weight if you do this, because I ballooned up my junior year of high school. And then I lost all the weight.
What was the tape?
I don't even remember what the woman's name was.
Really?
Yeah, but I had this tape forever. And there was one that was also like a weight tape. And I had like 15-pound weights, and I would do with that too. So I got into really decent shape with those tapes. I don't think I wouldn't even know where they are now. But
Get in Shape Girl, was that it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It was the most 80s like schlock tape, but you know what?
It worked.
did the trick. It worked. So I did that for years, actually.
Right. Oh, if you get those tapes back, you could save a lot of money.
I
Versus
know.
Orange Theory.
When I moved to the city is when I kind of like stopped that altogether. But I used to do that in my room in the house in school in the mornings. Yeah. So there's that.
Shape, girl.
And I've been doing Supernatural for a while now.
That's true.
And I do that a lot. I stopped doing that. That's when I gained a good amount of weight in the last year, but there was a good year I did that. And I've been doing that 3 to 4 times a week for the last 3 months now, probably more than I do Orange Theory.
I saw you had 350 calories today.
Yes.
Burned, which I think is much more than you normally do.
Well, I did some Supernatural this morning.
No, I'm saying the Supernatural. I feel like you overachieved today.
I did 2 routines today.
I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention.
Noted. Yeah, look at you.
These Apple Watches can really let you intrude on people's lives without having to do anything.
I did do 2 Supernatural routines, and they announced today the Supernatural's price is going down.
And you jacked off after.
And but that's neither here nor there.
That's from
a man's got a shower.
I think you should leave.
Uh-huh.
Jacking off.
Yeah. No, Supernatural's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yes. And Orange Theory is still great. And my next 8-pack renews tomorrow. So I'll probably go on Friday.
Nice.
Because right now I have 0 classes.
Nice.
Because I use them all.
That's the goal. That's the idea. 2 a week.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. I've done, It's 8 classes a month. So 17 classes.
Great.
Yeah.
Chip, aren't you proud of Wombat?
I am.
It's really great.
It is.
I've done. Mm-hmm.
Tell him how great he is.
Tell me how great I am.
You're great.
Thank you.
I reply on the Apple Watch stuff sometimes.
Yes, you did. I saw. And you know what it is? I also went for a walk with the dogs this afternoon. So that'll also help.
Then you jacked off.
No.
That's an extra 80 calories.
Yeah, right? Champ Pimple D says, love the overconfident dude story. Please update if he ever comes back. Also, don't hold back any poop or vermin related ping pong club updates. So this is your chance. Are there any updates?
Guy did not come back as far as I know. I mean, come on. I still think about that guy, but he's not coming. There's no way a person looks at that and thinks they can participate at that level. Unless they're really at that level, or their ego is just like, I don't know what the term is for that when you are just completely
delusional.
Out of touch. Yeah, just delusional about one's abilities.
Rory didn't think it was a challenge. He saw what you were offering up.
He's like, I'm going to find some other club where they had where there's Olympians. I need Olympians. Olympians are better. What's better than Olympians? Yeah, I don't expect to see that guy again. I feel like my new theory is that on his way in, he rehearsed what he was going to say in his head, as some people do, and wasn't expecting to see what he did, but just went with what he was going to say anyway. Buying that at all? Or just delusional?
I can't imagine anybody rehearsing what they were going to say before walking to a ping pong club.
Maybe he wrote it on his hand.
I don't know. It's walking into a ping pong club is weird.
I wish you would all stop making fun of my oversized hand. It all started back in 1974.
No, I don't know. We won't see that guy again. But trust me, I'm on the lookout for him, and I will text some people who went to the league last week just to make sure that he didn't show up and nobody forgot to tell me about it.
Run house on everybody.
It's impossible. It's just impossible. It's impossible unless he's joking and he was actually really great, really trained for years. But no, just not possible. Vermin stories. I got really upset today when I walked into the club and I saw roaches because I had instituted Operation Zero Bugs while the owners were away with signage and everything and messaging.
Stay out bugs.
Well, not to the bugs. The messaging was for the customers and the people, the members. So if you're bringing outside food and you don't finish
stop bringing cockroaches with you.
Well, stop making the cockroaches coming by leaving the food, your gross food in the garbage can. Just bring it outside if you bring your gross food. Clean up after yourself and all these types of things that normal people would do, but you just need a little sign.
On laminated signs.
Yeah, the signs need to be bigger. That's the problem. Anyway, like I feel like it's just like when the owners
you
are
need
back.
a bigger laminator.
I just need to order them from like Canva or something, which I've done before, by the way. Not for not for Operation Zero Bugs, but anyway. I had to yell at one of the owners today. It's like, you take out the garbage every night. You have to. Like, what are you doing? You can fix you. Anyway, made me very upset. I was on my way to lunch too, and I was like, trying to help, making it hard. Anyway,